In today's video, we will be looking at the brand new perk that just released with Mauer Toten, and that is Mule Kick. I'll be going over this perk and everything it has to offer, and if it is worth your time purchasing in game. I know that some of you probably have tested it out, and some of you are probably here to find out if it is worth your time, and I will tell you the best and most effective way to use it in game, because there is a certain strategy to use with it that it is actually very useful. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 25,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for the recent love that you have been showing on the YouTube channel. We are getting closer and closer with each day, and also be sure to drop a like on the video, as that does always help out. Let's aim for 200 likes on this video, but without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I need to talk about is the tiers themselves, just because they're such a huge part of this perk. Off the start, this Mule Kick perk starts off with its classic ability, and that is carry a third primary weapon. That is just the basic version that everybody that currently is playing zombies has in Mauer Toten, Die Maschine, and Firebase Z, but on those maps you have it in the Wonder Fizz. The first tier says crafted equipment grants an additional equipment if able. Now this is a very interesting one, but it kind of is bad, because what I expected this to really help you out is to craft the brand new LT Casimir tactical in game, which is basically the Gersh device 2.0, but you can only carry one of those. So if you perhaps want to craft more stim shots, more stuns, more monkey bombs, or even a grenade or C4, this will be more useful. The only time I really found that being really more useful is if you're doing challenges like trying to unlock the wonder weapon through the trials, and for example you get a challenge where you need to get equipment kills. So that would be the only time that I found it ever being necessary. Tier 2 says all enemies have a small chance to drop ammo, and this is probably one of its best abilities. In my opinion, this should be around stage 4 or even 5, even though the 5th one is pretty useful in my opinion. Stage 2 is great because now on Mauer Toten, one of the best high rounding strategies in my opinion involves you sitting in the power room with the door behind you closed, going to the switch room or to the safe area where Requiem has Klaus. And in there is no ammo box. You'd have to run pretty far out to the sewers to be able to purchase more ammo, but with Mule Kick in that room, you can just kill all the zombies that are coming at you, and you will be able to get so much ammo that you won't need it. I feel like this will be also very useful on maps like Die Maschine, where you'll have to go on high rounds on top of the rooftop strategy to be able to get more ammo and not have to go reload your ray gun with those bullets and those 10,000 points that you're gonna have to waste. And I feel like it's kind of less necessary on Firebase Z, since there are so many mimics that spawn in on top of manglers if you do train in any location. Now stage 3 says that stowed weapons slowly refill ammo from stock. Now the thing with this is I never really noticed a change with this, because I've never carried 2 weapons yet in a normal match of Mauer Toten specifically, where I had to reload my weapon bullets on different guns. I feel like this would be only necessary or required if, for example, you're carrying 2 weapons to maybe use the secondary weapon that's not a wonder weapon to get kills really fast with an insta kill being activated. So apart from me only using the CRBRS on the Mauer Toten map, I never found any use from this, and it's not that much crazy necessary in my opinion, since reloading weapons isn't that difficult to do. Tier 4 grants you 25% chance to keep non-retrievable equipment when used. Now this is an interesting one, because I actually found many uses with this, especially going back to the LT Casimir new tactical, because sometimes I didn't even notice that I had Mule Kick activated, and I threw this thing out later to find out that I still had one, but I'm pretty sure zombies don't drop this as normal loot, so I was a bit surprised, but remembered that this ability just lets you have that really small chance to still keep your equipment when you throw it. Going back to those challenges where you need to get equipment kills, this will be so useful, and especially if you do use lethals, because in my opinion they are one of the most overpowered things, since they deal 60,000 damage now, and the new health cap for zombies is 60,000 damage, so lethals deal maximum damage now. And with this Mule Kick ability, even though it is just a small chance of 25%, you could still keep that LT Casimir or that C4 you throw down, or even that Molotov, which is so useful in my opinion, and is probably one of the best abilities with the ammo thing in my opinion. And going on to the last tier 5 upgrade, third primary weapon is recovered when repurchasing Mule Kick. Now this is pretty useful because, for example, if you do end up buying 3 weapons and let's say you have your wonder weapon or a ray gun as your 3rd weapon or a Reiki, this will come in so much use because if you lose Mule Kick by going down, all you have to do is go and repurchase this weapon, and you not only get the weapon itself with the exact same ammo you left it off with, but the same pack-a-punch and the same rarity and the same attachments if you use a normal weapon. Now this is a great ability that they reintroduced from Black Ops 4, and it's probably one of the coolest things, but it's not great. Now I did kind of say so much good things about Mule Kick there. I went over the tiers and how they become useful, but now I need to mention some of the things that I really don't like about Mule Kick in Cold War. And one of the main things is the ability to carry 3 weapons. Now before Mule Kick released, I was the one person that was non-stop saying Mule Kick is probably going to be one of the most useful things because of the 3 weapon ability. I found out, especially on Mauer der Toten, you just don't need the 3 weapons. You can just use 1 weapon or even 2, and sometimes I even ended up going down because of the 3 weapon ability because I got cornered and I had to switch to my weapon fast. One way they could have countered this was giving you an ability to basically, if you're playing on controller, press a specific button on your D-pad to switch to that specific weapon you want, or even easier on mouse and keyboard, just basically make it a keybind, but unfortunately that's not the case. And another thing I really don't like about Mule Kick in Cold War is that it doesn't tell you what weapon is your Mule Kick one. The amount of times I got confused after purchasing Mule Kick and getting a 3rd weapon is ridiculous because I've ran so many games to test this out to the fullest ability that I could, and I just got confused because I just did not know which one was the 3rd weapon. So that's the only 2 things I'd really change. Give me the ability to see which one is the Mule Kick weapon, and also just let me choose which weapon I want to pull out at what time when. Now I'll get onto a way that you can actually counter this and make Mule Kick the most effective perk in the game. When I mentioned that Mule Kick can give you so much ammo, is the thing that Mule Kick can be used for the most. As I mentioned before, using the Mauer der Toten high round strategy, using the Firebase Z high round strategy inside of the weapon room, using the rooftop strategy on the Machina, you will no longer have to worry about bullets if you let the zombies drop the ammo. This is probably one of the most useful things, and the thing with it is you don't have to purchase a 3rd weapon. So basically, what I recommend for you to do is gather your 2 weapons that you want to use in the game and then go purchase Mule Kick, and try not to buy a 3rd weapon since hopefully you won't exactly need it, and preferably maybe carry a secondary weapon with Mule Kick as, let's say, a brain rod, as I've always mentioned. But if you're maybe playing Outbreak, I feel like maybe carrying 3 weapons will be more useful in that, but it's still, the ability on normal round based maps to get ammo is insanely good, and the 25% chance to keep your non-retrievable equipment when used is also amazing, and I think it's just an all-out great perk. And the final thing that I love about it is the perk machine itself. The way it shoots zombies when you use it, and it says it's a trap kill, so this perk machine is a trap in itself, which we haven't had in Cold War. Well, we just haven't had it in Cold War, and they reintroduced 2 traps into Mauer. That is amazing. It's probably one of the coolest things, and I 100% recommend for you to buy Mule Kick all the time from the Mule Kick machine itself, because it's just so satisfying to use and so satisfying to drink that perk while the zombies around you are dying. That was kind of dark to say. Anyway guys, that's going to be for the video. Hopefully my review gave you a better understanding of how to effectively use this perk, why it is a good perk, and why you should definitely buy it every game. Just don't get a 3rd weapon. That's the only thing I'll recommend, because being able to hold more ammo is great and everything else with it is amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have watched it this far, if you have subscribed, if you have liked, without further ado guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.